Hey everyone, I'm Scott Stokely and I am here at hole 14 and you can see the last of the gallery walking up hole 15 right now. So I am standing next to the basket about 7 minutes after Nicolas's spit out, and I'm making this video because I am just absolutely gutted right now. I can't even imagine what's going through that kid's head. I'll be honest, this is as close as I've come to crying watching someone else play disc golf. My heart is just broken right now, and it's so unfortunate. So I want to give my take on this hole because this is going to be the talk of the internet for the next couple days, or maybe until the Great Lakes Open. So before I talk about this hole, I want to commend the course designers and everybody involved at Ivy Hill. This is, in my opinion, this course is a masterpiece. I think it's fantastic. I don't have a problem with the out of bounds. I don't have a problem with anything. I think the course lays out and plays really, really well. This is just opinions, but I think the course is fantastic. I think it looks as professional as you could possibly make disc golf look. When we put together a media package to take to a major sponsor and we show them this is how we can showcase disc golf in America. So I do not want to take anything away from all the people that made this a special course and a special event. I mean, I need to be very clear about that. I'm not being critical of anybody. I just want to offer my take and maybe some suggestions on how we could avoid this in the future. So, first off, this is a good hole. It's a par 4. A second shot is going to probably land at the base of the hill. Kind of hard to stick one on the hill, but you throw a good second shot, you have an uphill, putt from just outside the circle. Now, most players are going to be throwing their third shot under the basket for par, and there is a lot of talk about how there's randomness and luckiness. Because if you look beneath the hole, there's rocks, there's stairs, there's so many things that if you hit, it's going to roll away. And it's on a slope to begin with, right? So just the slope in general makes it hard to stick the landing, added to the randomness. So everybody is getting bad breaks, right? I would, and I'm going to make some people mad at me, I would argue that's not the case, because here's the thing, and this is why I didn't hate most things about this hole. The rocks and the stairs are below the basket. Up above the basket is an area that is a pretty consistent landing area. Now, it's not level. It's a steep landing. It is really hard to make a disc land at this, but we are the best in the world at taking flying discs and manipulating the angles. We have the ability to land a shot above the basket or even a little bit past the basket on a landing area that is far more predictable. So I don't have a problem with this, and I think the rollaways happen in most cases when someone throws a disc on the hillside at a poor angle, or somewhere where there's rocks where the element of randomness came into play. That is avoidable by throwing to the bottom of the hill or throwing a harder shot above the hill but a shorter putt coming back. The flaw in this hole design, in just my opinion, is the rocks and the slope are completely surrounding the basket in a way that a basket hit, basically you want to either airball or make it, because if you hit anything and it doesn't go in, or you get a spit out like Nicolas, there's a good chance you have the random roll away. And I think that element is unfair, right? It's not unfair if you hit the rocks below the basket on a steep angle and it rolls away, that throw better. That shouldn't have happened to Nicolas. I think the solution to that is to put a area around the basket, and we'd have to do some beta testing on this, but a certain distance that is basically flat. Doesn't have to be big enough for landing area. Okay, I hate the idea that you'd have to have a flat landing area to land on. I think that's, no, we manipulate these things at angles we want. We don't need a flat area for it to be fair. It just needs to take away as much of the luck as possible. I want an area big enough personally where if you hit something and it falls to the ground, it's less likely, or far less likely, to get the random roll away. I think that could be accomplished. Now, on a temporary course, it's kind of hard to do excavation on the side of a hill, but at a major tournament or World Championships, I think that's okay to ask for. And then again, if you don't execute your shot and you hit a rock, throw better. But what happened to Nicolas shouldn't have happened. That's unfortunate. Final thing I just want to add is there's 4 holes to go. Isaac, had that putt gone in, still would have been up by 2. So it's not like, oh, Nicholas would have automatically won. He would have been in closer contention, but this doesn't take away from Isaac's victory, assuming I'm pretty sure he's going to close it out at this point. But it doesn't take away from anything that Isaac accomplished. Hats off to Nicholas for the way he handled it. And yeah, again, just my take, some constructive criticism. I love it out here, love everything about it. So I think that's something that could be improved. That's all.